Whether you're looking to write your first song or your next song, think of this video as a checklist for everything involved in finishing a metal song. Now I've set this out into 6 stages, and I'd recommend following them one at a time. I'm guilty of skipping stages, but every time you do, in my experience, you end up spending so much more time than you need to. So first, every song has to start from an idea. This could be a riff, a drum part, piano part, could be anything. But I'm sure you've written a million riffs by now, so chances are you're getting stuck further down the line. So the next stage is where you have to consider the intention of the idea. What kind of song is this going to be? What kind of mood do you want to set? Think of the kind of sound you're going for and try and visualize the end result. This is the stage that I always skip out on, and I always regret it because I end up spending so much more time later down the line trying to work out what the identity of the song really is. Stage 3 is to create a skeleton. In business, there's an idea called the MVP, or minimum viable product. And it's essentially the most scaled back version of the product that a company can reliably sell. What we need to do here is we need to create the MVP of our song. Or in other words, this is where we create the most stripped back track in order to at least get the ideas across. So what might this involve? Well, we need to have a structure, a song structure. You'll need the riffs, even if they're not final yet. Any chord sequences and choruses or bridges or whatever. You probably want to put some basic drums down, and then any instrument that the song can't live without. And what do I mean by this? For example, if the song has like a key hook that's like, if you took that away, the song would no longer be the same, you need to keep that in. But otherwise, you don't need anything else. Don't try and overproduce in this stage. The end result of this stage is you'll have an instrumental demo that you can use to build the rest of your song on top of. Very quickly, if you want me to listen to your songs or tracks and provide detailed feedback, click the first link in the description. I'm also offering free music lessons for a limited time, so you'll be able to find that in the description as well. The next stage, we're going to need to create a top line. This is where the vocals go, or you might have a lead guitar if it's an instrumental track. But without a top line, we don't have a song. Simple as that. People aren't going to care about just your riffs. People want to connect to songs. And believe me, I know this because everyone who watches my playthrough videos is another guitarist. Instrumentals are fine, but unless you're doing something really unique like Animals as Leaders or Pliny or Mirror, chances are it's going to be so much harder to create something that's actually engaging. Especially if it's your first song and you haven't had a chance to create your signature sound like one of those other bands, it's going to be a lot harder for you. So my recommendation, I know it's annoying, but you're going to need some vocals. But you might ask, what if I'm a solo guitarist and I don't have access to a vocalist? Well, a few years ago, I was also just a guitarist, but I realized if I wanted to make music that people actually wanted to listen to, I was going to need to learn how to sing or find someone else to sing for me. And even if you are in a band and you've got a vocalist, I'd still say learn how to sing because it makes the writing process so much easier. And you don't have to be an amazing singer. I don't think I'm an amazing singer, but you just have to be able to get the point across and get the message of your song to the audience. Bad vocals are going to be infinitely better than no vocals. As for lyrics, I'm not going to tell you what to write, but make them mean something. People connect to shared experiences, shared hardships. Chances are, if you write what you connect to, you're already going to have an audience of people who connect to a similar thing. Okay, now we've done our top line, it's time for production. This is where you add all your layers, build the arrangement, and it's where you kind of realize the mood that you decided on earlier. To achieve this, you might add effects or ambience or other instruments. I'll give you a heads up, try not to mix during the stage. Trust me, from experience, it makes it take so much longer. Use the time to refine all your elements in your track. Basically, the stage you want to get to is you want to make sure everything is audible and clear, and nothing more than that. So long as all the creative intent is there, we can work on making it sound pretty later. By the end of the stage, you'll end up with a final demo, and this will be your reference for when you're recording. Now the final stage, and I've lumped it all into one, but record, polish, and mix. It's only now that you should be worrying about your drum samples or which reverb you're using or whatever. If you're going to be doing the mix yourself, then it's worth noting that you can lose so much time here, especially when you're really close to the project. I know it's happened for me as well. So just bear that in mind. In some cases, it might be better to let someone else do the mix. But then after your song is mixed and mastered, it's done. You've got a complete track. I'm sure now it seems simpler than you thought. Again, if you want me to listen to your tracks, click the first link in the description. But for now, that's all I got for you. See you later. Ooh, what was that?